I know, guys. I've been MIA. I'm over here laying on my car right now, feeling lazy. I finally got weekends off, so that means we should have more content. I know I have been saying this. What I do have for you is some exciting RX-7 FC clips. As you can see by the thumbnail, my boy Noel, he's got an RX-7 FC. The thing is sick. It shoots flames. It was during the daytime. I still am not used to getting super close to the car because the camera is pretty wide as far as the angle. I will mitigate that soon by either getting closer, but obviously we want to be safe first, and or getting a different lens or zooming in, because this camera does have a zoom. I just don't know if it's optical or not, and I also don't know how much shakier it's going to get when I zoom in. But I hope you guys enjoy that. Anyways, no, I did not get any SC clips. I know I've been slacking on that. That's what you guys are here for. I am going to get on it. I still have to do an exhaust. The car is drivable. I can go drive it. I just need another driver, which Noel is also down to do stuff. My friend Ron is also down to do stuff. So they should be down to get some clips, and we will get more clips of not only their cars, but my car as well, because I will now be off on weekends. Without further ado, there may be some other stuff that I mentioned in another clip, but enjoy these FC clips and let me know what you think. I'll get some shorts out there and we'll get back on it very soon. I'm not going to be as aggressive as trying to upload every week, but I will be getting you guys some more quality content, and I'll start trying to go out to more car meets and get some more content of other cars, as well as hopefully SEs more. Shout out Kong Garage. I want to go see him. I want to go get some clips of his car, talk to him about his car, and basically just talk about SCs and what they can and can't do as far as stock, specifically 300s. And at some point, I guess I'm thinking about getting into a 400. I know we spoke about this a little bit, but it's getting nearer and nearer. Yes, the Crosstrek stuff is still coming. I'm waiting on the coilover still. It has been almost a month now. It did say 45 weeks, so I have about another week before I can start harassing them to ship it out. And yes, bear with me. We will get there. Without further ado, let's see these SC clips. Here's an edit. I know, it's a little bit extra. Just bear with me. So you guys know about the Crosstrek stuff now. I will say the wheels are ready. They have the tires mounted and everything like that. I haven't put them on yet because the coilovers still are not here. It has now been a week, so I have to email them and see what they say. Basically 45 weeks just to build the coilover. It's gonna probably take another 2 weeks just for the coilover to get here, which is trash, but it just is what it is. So I'll probably be ordering control arms soon. And yes, let's just look at these wheels real quick because they're here and they're ready. So those are the wheels. As you can see, it's I don't know if you want to call it, it's a beefier setup. I'll explain. It's not a beefier setup in terms of tall. It's actually a smaller diameter, which means that technically rolling, it shouldn't create as much of a top speed. It shouldn't be able to do a top speed as easily. Basically, the reason for that being is that if it's not as big of a wheel in diameter, it's going to take more inertia to make the wheel roll, which is going to make it do less miles per hour, so to speak. It's a whole bunch of math that I'm not going to explain, but basically it's a smaller diameter wheel. What that does also mean is that it is going to make the car feel more torquey. Obviously it's not going to make more torque, but it's going to be able to spin it easier because the diameter is closer in to the wheel hub, which means that the torque is going to translate better because it's going to be able to move this mass easier, being that it's not leveraged further out. Although the wheel diameter, like the rim, is the same diameter, so that is going to still feel the same, with the exception of this wheel being 20 pounds, and the stock ones are, believe it or not, 17.5 at 28 pounds, almost 30 pounds, which is crazy. So I should get better gas mileage. Ideally, in a perfect world, this is a 17/9, so it is wider, and the tire's also wider, which will negate that. So hopefully it's a decent balance, and hopefully I get better gas mileage, and then also it being a smaller diameter overall wheel will also negate that. But I'm trying to find a good balance here where it feels really good, and then also being a 17.9 with a fat tire, I'll be able to air these down and get a lot of grip out of it, which is also going to make my gas mileage worse, but it'll make the car feel way better in terms of driving. So that's kind of the goal here, is to just make the car better in terms of driving, like around curves and things like that, of that nature. I'm not really looking to do high speed stuff. Obviously this car can go pretty quick. It's a slow car, but once it picks up speed, it tends to actually carry a lot of speed, especially through the curves. It actually impressed me with what it can and can't do. So
Yeah, I even get oversteer out of this car. I'm getting a lot of camber wear because I have the stock camber set up, obviously, because I don't have the coilovers on or anything yet. So with this setup, when we lower it, hopefully we'll put like a degree or two of camber into it, and it should make the car drive even better and feel even better, especially in the curves. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, they're pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting on coilovers to get them put in so that we can get the control arms put in, the tow rods put in, and get the alignment spec'd up and get that thing on the road. I also did get SC content. I know I said I didn't. I actually did, so you guys get to see that thing. It's actually shooting flames, which I did not know this whole time it's been shooting flames. So we got a clip of that. There was more clips, but the camera died, so I didn't get those. But you guys at least get to enjoy a little bit of SC content, because I know it's been a while, and you get to enjoy some new FC content. I know you guys haven't seen that car. I showed it. He was getting it going. He has now rebuilt it 3 times, and it is dialed in and it's driving, and hopefully we're gonna get more content of that. Now that I got the weekends off, we will be definitely getting more clips, like I said before, so look forward to that. Without further ado, enjoy these clips, and I may make an outro, but if not, I will see y'all next time.